Mic check. What's going on, introvert? You in here early today. Mic check. What's going on? We just playing a little bit of music before we get started. Hope everybody doing all right today. Today. We got a crucial topic for today. My man, we got introvert in here. We got Nicholas in here, bro. I'm taking a woman out for our first date on her 30th birthday. What do you think of that? Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. You ain't gotta get her a gift or nothing like that, but you gotta go extra, go do extra stuff. But yeah, I don't think ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Nicholas like, damn, should I be doing that? He's like, am I simping a little bit? Hey, bro, if we're all being honest, we all fall in the game every once in a while. We do something we shouldn't do, and we realize in the after, but it's okay. It happens to all of us, bro. But nah, there ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. Let me reply to this message really quickly before we get in the live stream. As you guys come in here, hit the double tap the screen, uh, hit the like button for me. We're about to get into this live stream. We're going to talk about manhood, some of the things that us men we deal with today, and we're in tough times. We truly are. So let's get into my inspiration for today. And hopefully a lot of you guys are doing well in life. You're not struggling. Uh, in every man's life, you're going to go through a struggle. There's just no way around it. It's just part of life. Things will blindside you. You will not see things coming, and you will fail and fall flat on your face. That's just what life is, especially if you're going to gamble and you're going to be an entrepreneur, or change careers, or just maintaining the job that you have. There will be turbulence in everything that you do. And so be prepared for the challenges. Don't try to avoid the challenges. The challenges are going to come. They're going to be there. It looks like introvert and Nicholas are doing okay today, which is good. It's always good to have men uh, flourishing, having good energy, good vibes, because being surrounded by good people when you're struggling or when you're going through a tough time is essential. Because usually when you're struggling, people like to leave you. When you're desperate, struggling, made fun of, and you're not the favorite at the time anymore, people like to disappear when you start struggling. And it's in those moments that people show their true colors to you. It's a blessing and a curse. Introvert writes, nothing wrong with that as long as she's not already with the next man. You're good. Shout out to the introvert giving game. Dos Santos said discipline or motivation. I don't believe in motivation at all. Motivation wears off. You need discipline. Discipline goes uh, lot further. So, and yeah, and we're going to take a break from talking about women today because we'll talk about them this weekend. You know, something will pop up and we'll talk about them this weekend. But the focus today is on this on our what we can do as men, and this is going to be around a 20 to 30 minute live stream. So um, we got to get it in real quickly. Pause. So invest on your good days, and so you have that investment when you're down. Shout out to Nicholas giving the good game. Yes, you have to save. Um, you have to save, guys. You have to save money. I know it's so hard in this time of age where you have social media and everybody seems like they're doing good. They seem like they're living life to the fullest, traveling. But still, you have to do the most boring thing, the most unattractive thing, and save some money. Because whenever stuff happens, you won't be stressed out. You'll have something to lean on. And plus, you have to take into account when you're watching other people's lives. You don't know if they're really struggling. You don't know if they're paying with that for credit and they have an outrageous interest rate on the credit card they're using. And they're just flossing for the Instagram, and in real life, they're really struggling. So you got to take these things with a grain of salt. So um, I see a lot of men struggling with life today. As I look out into the world, I see a lot of men that are struggling to deal with life, struggling to deal with work. The ideas of not being attractive to women because they expect you to have six-figure income and drive a Rolls Royce at 26 and have a house that's already paid for and have a private jet all by the time you're 30 years old. Their unrealistic expectations are the reason why it's hard to deal with relationships, because you feel lonely and you're not matching up to what their ideal is. And so you're frustrated with women, you're frustrated with work, and you're frustrated with your life because some of it never goes according to plan. And so I see a lot of men struggling today. And what got me on this live stream is the video that I dropped earlier today, where it was that guy. He was talking about, I spend 4 hours a day just driving to work, 2 hours to work and 2 hours from work. And I work 10, 12 hours just on this route. And, I work so hard, but I still can't afford anything. And that that is what a lot of men are dealing with. Nicholas, bro, don't shit. I mean, I think we hadn't been. I wasn't even that intelligent. I was like still in my, I think like early teens. But like in '08, when the housing prices, we hadn't there hadn't been any good housing prices since, bro. And women say some of the most ridiculous stuff. They're like, "Hey, I want to buy a house." Really? Do you know what the interest rates are? Do you know what the outrageous expensive? Do you know how to maintain a house? All these different unnecessary expenses. And this is why women need leadership, is because they make stupid decisions and they don't realize it until afterwards. Now you're in the mortgage. Now you live in a house and you don't have the money to pay for the maintenance on it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, introvert. But you could, according to these women, you're supposed to have life figured out at 22. But really what it is, guys, is women, they're dealing with these older men or these young men that are athletes or highly successful celebrities that are at a young age, and they're around these men for such long periods of time that they think money just grows on trees. So that's why some of them, it's hard for them to find an average man because the money that they're used to being around is astronomical. And that just lets you know that women have been whoring around on you because they've been having these different experiences. And so when she gets to you, she expects you to have life figured out, and you're not 6'3" and on the football team getting NIL money. And so we don't talk about male depression nearly enough. Yeah, and just think about this, Nicholas and introvert. There's there's kids right now in high school that are getting offered 6 figures worth of money for NIL. Homie, a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year old should not have any access to millions of dollars with how immature. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different thing. And that's not any hate, it's just a logical thing. Um, you should make the money once you get to the NFL. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. But male depression is a serious thing. And if you're a strong man, you probably don't realize that you're depressed half the time because you're so disciplined, you know what you got to do day in and day out, that you ignore your feelings. But male depression is a real thing. As I was watching that video of that guy that I made the reaction video to earlier today, that's male depression. That's a man that's on the edge of ending his life because life is getting to you. You're starting to feel the walls cave in on you. Prices are going up, the cost of living is going up, and you're working 1, 2, 3 jobs, and you're working so hard just to maintain the little that you have. The squeeze. The squeeze is what a lot of men are feeling right now. Some men have, I have to be honest with you guys, some men have truly given up. They don't want to try anymore. They're checked out. And to a degree, I don't blame them, but I'm just not a quitter, or I don't want to insult them in a way, but they're overwhelmed. And it's hard for the majority of them to deal with it. And that's the other thing. One of the reasons why male depression doesn't get talked about is because I don't think, I'm gonna go a step further, Nicholas. I don't think men or women care about a man's depression. A man will be like, well, it sucks for you. A woman, she will either ignore it because she doesn't care, or um, she just can't identify with it. So she'll give something like, oh, just keep going, or, something shallow. When in reality, you need to talk to a man or talk to somebody that truly understands where you're coming from. Um, a lot of men are on edge. And when a man is on edge, this is why it's very important for people to treat people respectfully, because when another man is on edge, um, he will result to violence. And so we have a whole society of people that are feeling the squeeze, but men in particularly are feeling the brunt of it. The unfortunate thing is, and this is one of the harsh truths that you have to accept as a man as you're navigating through this world. It's harsh, but it's real. It won't get any better. Your life won't get any better unless you fix it, meaning that nobody's going to fix your life for you. You have to fix it. You have to put the effort in. You have to do this and that. Otherwise, it won't happen. You will stay the same. And so it's important to be respectful to one another. It's essential. Bro, there's guys out here, there's people out here in the world today that said something to the wrong person in the wrong way, and they don't realize how close they were to getting their life taken. You're just randomly talking to a stranger in a rude manner, and you don't realize how close that man was pulling that knife he had out in his pocket, or that weapon and firearm he had in his holster, and blowing your lights out because life has gotten so much pressure. Like Nicholas said, he's gotten so much pressure that he can't take it no more, and he don't care about anything, and he's hopeless and don't care. Nicholas writes, either a lot of weight and pressure on us when we're winning, or it's emptiness of not winning. Ain't no happiness nowhere. Nicholas just hit another harsh truth. And I didn't intend to talk about this, but this is a very good thing to talk about. And Nicholas is probably a lot more successful than me. I'm not even close to where I want to be successful wise, but I can just tell this from having mentors and being around successful people. Guys, the pressure doesn't stop. It doesn't stop when you're winning, because you got to maintain your position when you're winning. You know, you can't be a Dabo Sweeney and win a championship and then never win one the next 5 to 10 years. You'll lose your job. And if you haven't won anything, you're a loser. And so life is turmoil. Life is toil. Life is consistent work. Just because you won today don't mean you won tomorrow. You have to win today, tomorrow, the next day after that. Introvert writes, women can get away with being misandrous, but men can't hold them accountable for their hateful remarks. What a shame. Yeah, that is the world that we live in. And it's quite ridiculous. You know, women will say some goofy stuff and they'll be like, well, you know, I want a man that shows his feelings. Well, do you really? You know, women act like they know what emotional intelligence is. But they don't ask their man how he's doing. They don't ask his, you know, how can she help him? They don't ask these questions. They ask about his mental health. They just assume everything's okay and require you to pick up on her emotions when she's messed up. Yeah, introvert. I've seen that video. You talking about the YouTuber? Bro, that YouTuber, bruh, that dude popped up on them on live and deleted both of them on live, bruh. In the middle of everybody, bruh. That was crazy. I'm telling you guys, you don't know who you don't know who your neighbor is, bro. Be kind to your strangers, bro. You know, this internet, everybody ain't, turn the other cheek. Ain't nobody, everybody just ain't gonna, take your insult and move on, bro. You will get premeditated. Well, yeah, he sought him out. He found out, he dropped the location. That dude dropped the location of where he was on at Las Vegas, and he popped up on him, and he just pop 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 pop, gone just like that. Now I can't defend the dude like that other dude, other than he shouldn't have. But I mean, he had got that dude demonetized, so he lost his way of providing for his family. So that dude was like, bro, you're not about to do that to me. We're not having no consequences. And then he goes on and deletes him, bro. This is why, society, these corporations, they have to watch themselves, because you can't just keep underpaying men and disrespecting them and requiring them to work so much and not compensating them without any pushback. A man will delete you over his income source being lost. Do you think that that leader of the on the block is going to just give away his stream of income to the government willingly? No. All this drug trafficking. Do you guys know any drug trafficker that just forked over his money to the government because it was the right thing to do? Bro, that's his source of income. That's how he makes up for his life. What's going on to my man Zaire? Bro, I seen a new video that you posted um, about who cheats more. I'm probably going to react to that video. So, again, you guys, shout out to my man Zaire TV. You guys go follow him on TikTok. He got over 10,000 plus. Hell, you might be over 20, 30,000 by now. But you guys go give him a follow, as well as Introvert. He does gaming channel. And my man Nicholas in here, he's a straight player. And Zaire, you be slick, bro. You be trying to pull them women. Don't be slick, bro. You be using the podcast to be getting the women, bro. I see you. I see you. We talking about the struggles of men today, and how men are struggling to cope with life, and how society ignores it, and some of the harsh truths about manhood that you have to accept. When he screwed up, was relying solely on YouTube content monetization instead of having a job career outside of YouTube. Yeah, you definitely got to diversify your income, but I mean, there's you got to be aware, introvert. Not everybody thinks the same, bro. Some people are quick to crash out. Like, there's some dudes in prison that just they to me and you, they would have walked away from it. We would have just walked away from, oh, that's nothing. But to him, that was legit disrespect, and he couldn't take it, and he beat the dude up, and now he's in prison, or he deleted him. So now it seems like women are cheating more than men. Unfortunately, now the stats prove that, introvert. You're not you're not wrong. The stats prove that. And I know my man Nicholas, if he's still in here, I know he notices the same thing. Women are better. Yeah, they're better at it. They're better at or not getting caught. Mainly because the dude they're cheating with um, is playing his position. He ain't trying to blow the spot up and get a relationship. Hey, bro, get like that. As you get older, you progress. Yeah, yeah. Women will tell you the truth, actually. Hey, bro, Nicholas, bro, me and you on the same page, bro. Get your testosterone up and your sex drive back by working out hard each and every day, bro. I go hard 5 days a week, at least. At least. I promise you, your drive gonna come back. But as we wind down the live stream, because I told you I was gonna go 20, 30 minutes, I want to tell you guys this because one thing I've noticed about being consistent or just growing and improving is you have to be able to execute each and every day. And, it sounds easy to execute. You got to do your job and make the right decisions. But what makes execution so hard on a consistent basis for you to do is, can you execute when you're heartbroken? I remember whenever I got my CDL, the day that I was supposed to take my last hazmat uh, endorsement test to get my full CDL or to head to the driving test, the day of that test, my heart was broken, bro. Just flat out heartbroken. But I still got to go in and pass this test. So I got to put them emotions away and pass the test. And so, can you execute when you're heartbroken, when you're sad, when you're depressed, when you're happy, when things are going right, when things are going wrong? That's the important measure of us as men. Can you execute no matter what the circumstances are around you and what you're feeling inside? Because I'm here to tell you, you will be depressed and you're going to have to function through it. You're going to lose somebody, Lord forbid, your mother, your father, some friends, or Lord forbid, but this is life, and you're going to have to function through it and keep going. Zaire writes, we said, Miles, what's the craziest you've heard a woman say in person? I know you watch my content, but have you heard some crazy ish in person as well? Um, yeah, bro. I was talking to this redhead, and I was asking, has she ever had a threesome? And she's like, yeah, I had a really a train ran on her. And she's like, yeah, we was in a hotel one day, and I met this basketball team was in for the weekend, and so I hooked up with one of the players, and one of the players just gave me a whole roster of dudes, and I just picked which one I wanted off of the roster and got smashed out by all the dudes I wanted on the basketball team while they were in town, which resulted in her having this train. It's a cold world out here, bro. It's a cold world. It is a cold world, bro. I about fell out my chair, bro. I about fell out my chair. I was like, damn, it was that easy, huh? Tanker trucks, nah, this was just flat out. This was freight. So it could be anything from containers or uh, anything corrosive that's in a box or anything acidic. What's crazy is that's actually the norm in these times, hearing that from a woman. Zaire, you mean to tell me that you've heard that a lot of times from these women on these interviews, bro? Them getting smashing two dudes at the same time? Zaire, we gotta get you. Eventually, we gonna do a collab, bro, because we gotta get your insights on this stuff. This is insane. We're gonna let you rock out because we're gonna let you rock out for a while in the interviews and gain the experience and gain, what women are really like. And then, bro, we're gonna get you on the live, bro, and we gotta break down these harsh truths, bro. Because I done seen some stuff. You done seen some stuff. You done recorded the stuff being said. You done heard it off of camera. You done participated in some of it. I done participated in some of it, bro. So I know we got some crazy content, bro. Introvert, yeah, bro. They just be jumping from Johnson to Johnson, bro. Like I told you guys, we in Sodom and Gomorrah. Y'all thought I was playing, bro. They have no discretion. And then they say something stupid, right? Zaire, we'll know these dark truths about women. And then 5 years later, they'll be like, I want to get married. What? You was just at Padre Island getting pow drived in the damn outhouse. And so yeah, guys, we gotta wind this down fairly quickly. I got company heading over. Company. So you guys get your last little bit of comments in as for another minute or so before we wind down. But bruh, they'll still ask for relationships. They'll still ask for marriages and be a whole 304, bro. And then the crazy thing, Zaire and Introvert and Nicholas, bro, they don't think they're 304s, bro. They be thinking they good women. It's crazy, bro. I'm gonna read these last few comments as we wind down the live stream. As you guys come here, double tap that like button. The women I'm seeing, she's high maintenance, keeps needing reassurance, keeps accusing me of being married in a relationship, and she just wants me to keep my promise of seeing her. I'm single. Yeah, she's insecure. She's been had her heart broken. A lady coming over? Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. Nah, it is a lady. He said, yeah, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, Miles, because you easily one of my favorite YouTubers. I appreciate it. But I haven't released all my interviews because a lot of stuff with these women say I feel disgusted to even post it. Damn. And bruh, Zaire, you know how crazy I gotta get off the live stream, guys, but do you know how crazy the content of what women are saying? And homie, they'll say this stuff fully sober. Do you guys know how crazy women have to talk in order for Zaire not to post the stuff? This is some really harsh stuff that you guys can't take. The internet can't take about women, guys can't take about women, and women probably can't believe that other women are doing. Bruh, people be thinking I be making this stuff up, Zaire. They be thinking I make this stuff up, bro. Some of the stories that I seen, bro, like the story I just told you, bro, I got more. Yeah, bro. And once you really hear about the stuff, I'm gonna wind. We gotta get off the live stream. But once you really hear this stuff, it really is disgusting. It starts to gross you out, bro. Real talk. But I appreciate you guys. We gonna hit y'all, Zaire, all y'all introvert, Nicholas. We gonna hit these women this weekend. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Stay locked in. But you guys have a good rest of your week. Check out my new videos I just posted earlier today and throughout the week going forward. And I will see you guys this weekend for the live streams. And you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.